You are a walking trigger. They hate you, they dislike you, they despise you because they want to be you. Hi guys, welcome back to Clare's Kingdom, where we talk facts, walk fierce, and remind the world that well-behaved women rarely make history.
You wake up, house up, run around in it, flossing on it. This diamond, my diamond, this rock, my rock. I woke up like this. I woke up like this.
So today we are here with another powerful woman video. So this video has just been inspired by so many events that have gone on in my life and just observations I've seen from, human nature, women, jealous people, envious people. We're gonna just get into this topic. So powerful women trigger weird reactions from people. This ranges from jealousy, envy, just weirdness, people acting off, people acting strange, perhaps childish reactions, just odd behavior that grown people shouldn't be exhibiting. So if you're a powerful woman, a triple threat woman, you have a talent, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're financially stable, you're on your way to becoming her, becoming that woman, or you're already that woman, just know you're going to trigger weird reactions from especially women that are not evolved or people that are not evolved. And I'm going to make a separate video talking about the whole idea of being a woman that shines. But yes, when you're a beautiful, talented, powerful woman, you are going to shine regardless. And especially as you keep leveling up, keep evolving, you keep shedding old skins, shedding masks that don't belong to you. And the closer you become to your higher self, to your most divine self, to your most healed, most educated, most loving, most beautiful, most, boundaried, you're going to shine more and more. And it's going to trigger people, especially in the community of women. And it's very interesting because I'm even sure we've heard stories, for example, being a woman who loses weight, or you stop being, the funny friend, you stop being the fat funny friend, or you stop being the side character, or the people pleaser, the one that caters to people, especially when you've been like that for most of your life, and then you have a transformation, you glow up, you level up, you heal, whatever the case may be, you're going to trigger people. And especially the average person, the average woman who may not be working on her life, or may not, prioritize things like beauty, care, glamour, education, financial freedom. And one thing I realized, especially from people that are triggered by you, is that a lot of them, from my observations anyways, a lot of especially women who have close proximity to you that may not be working on themselves, or may have jealous tendencies, or may be envious of you, a lot of them use the same tactic of trying to get close to you, or trying to get on your good side, in terms of, just being really nice, complimenting you, prying, trying to ask you questions. Like, there's so many situations where I can think about right now, where it's like, even people that I've never spoke to in a day of my life somehow know things about me that I never shared with them. For example, I was in a women's group for a class, right? And one of them came up to me, and we were having small talk, and then they just randomly dropped a detail that I personally did not tell them, and it only clicked to me a few minutes later that, wait a minute, how did they even know that? And I just found that so odd that even people, that's another thing to say, be aware of people, women that present information that you did not give, or information that has never left your mouth, especially when they seem to be prying. That is what we call a monitoring spirit. And as a powerful woman, like I said, you're going to cause these weird reactions, especially for monitoring spirits. Wow, monitoring spirits love a powerful woman. And the thing is, when it comes to stuff like competition, because I was going to say another thing that you're going to see trigger the people is being competitive. And this can tie into jealousy and envy. And honestly, I feel like there is nothing wrong with a bit of, healthy competition. That's a part of life. But what I realized, or what I found about these women, or these people that are jealous of you, they don't want to compete. They want to erase you, number one, or they want to replace you, or they just want to get you to stop being you, or just try to break you down, try to take your spot. Destiny swapping can tie into this as well. And that's very different from being inspired by someone, or wanting to take notes from someone and do better for yourself. But when it comes to these kind of people, they just want to snuff out your light, and this can lead to another type of weird behavior of being provoking. Guys, if I tell you what happened to me today, so I was at one of my fitness classes, right? A lot of my class is just full of older women, older ladies. A lot of them are nice, kind, whatever. And we all, most of the time, we all have like our designated spots. Me specifically, I'm always like kind of at the front, especially because I'm like one of the best dancers in there, like hands down. Most people in there can vouch and say like, even sometimes if the instructor isn't there or not doing it, I'm basically the go-to person people follow. And that's just kind of been my role over the years, right? So obviously, even like, let's say I'm late to the class, people usually just make sure to like leave my spot or even insist that I go there if I'm late or something, right? And then today, this woman that I realized like in the past, she's just very prying, doing weird things like touching my hair without my consent, or just touching me, trying to get my attention, just weird stuff that I just been picking up over time. But today, she did a weird thing and where she basically stood in my spot, and I never reacted. Like, I didn't really see, it wasn't that serious. I just took the next one, right? And I just stayed on my phone and I didn't make any contact. I wasn't speaking to nobody because, like I said before, like when I'm in the world, a lot of the time I'm self-contained. Like I can say hi, I can say how are you, but then I'm gonna go back to myself. And I think in this instance, I was like on my phone, so I just didn't really pay any mind to it. And then tell me why I'm on my phone, just waiting for the class to start, right? And then she starts prying, like, oh, like trying to get my attention, asking me things, asking where is so and so, and just all this random conversation. And I was just being very like short, just the cordial laugh, and I just stayed to myself. And I don't know if she was looking for some sort of reaction, or if I was supposed to be sad or annoyed by the fact that she was in my spot. I didn't think anything of it because, unbeknownst to them and unbeknownst to her and unbeknownst to most people, I shine wherever I stand. I could be at the back of the class, the front of the class. I could be, hell, in a bag at the back of the class, and I will still shine. I will still stand out. So that's never been a problem for me. But a lot of the time, people think that trying to be in your sport, like quite literally trying to be in your sport, they think they could somehow channel your energy or be you or be ahead of you or try to outdo you, when that's just not how it works. And no shade to the woman or no shade to this person that basically tried to take my spot. She was not following the class properly or doing it properly, like to the point where everyone else was literally being inconvenienced because they just took up a lot of like unnecessary space, which is the space I would normally be. And even like where I was standing, I felt a bit cramped because they tried to take the front spot and it was not being navigated properly. So it basically inconvenienced everyone else, which is another lesson that when people try to take your spot, it doesn't work. In fact, it makes things worse. It just messes the flow of things because we all have our roles, we all have our places. When people try to step into your destiny, when they try to step into your role, it's just not going to work. Like I always say, I've made a video about this in the past. People could try to replicate you, but they can't duplicate you. And like I said, a lot of the time, these women, they don't start off like that. They try to they try to embed themselves into your life or try to be nice, try to be overly admiring, and then they pull stunts like that. And that is why when I first met them, or when I meet people like that, I always take the first sign. Even when I feel off, like, you just being around certain people, my spirit, my person just feels off. And like, as a woman, especially as a powerful woman, you need to be able to see through people's masks and see through people's niceties. Like this woman, even though she was being nice, cool, trying to be, small talk, I could see that I could just see the energy, the spirit. It was not giving. Like it was not cute. And like I said, they would do weird things like touch my hair. Like I remember the first time this woman put her hand in my hair. Like, I have like type 4 hair, right? And there was a time I decided to just leave out in my afro. Like it was really nice, really pretty. And people were complimenting me. And this woman just like, we were taking like a group picture, right? At the end of the class, which you do sometimes. And out of nowhere, this woman just gets her hand and just squeezes my hair. And she just goes, "Oh, I love your hair." And she just squeezes my hair and then walks off. And it happened so abruptly that I didn't even have time to react. Like I felt so violated. Like guys, when I tell you I felt so violated, like it was not a good experience. It just felt like I was robbed. Like it was just really weird. And I don't like people touching me. I don't like being touched. And in the right context or circumstance, I would have had my knee-jerk reaction. But when I told you guys, it caught me so off guard. As in, 1 minute I'm posing for a picture, next thing someone has their hand in my hair, and I was just like so mortified after that. And yeah, it was just a lot of weird energy from that person. But yeah, even throughout like different contexts, you just see like certain women especially giving dirty looks. Like I've seen women go from being my biggest supporters, being my biggest admirers, just to switch. Like literally it's like a switch, like just literally a switch. And they go to being hateful while still mimicking me, while still copying me, or just trying to outdo me. And I'm sure you guys have experienced that to some degree. But yeah, in conclusion, you can't outdo the blueprint, which is what these people will learn one way or the other. And just like Cinderella, you won't fit in my shoes. Like, remember this, especially as a powerful woman. If you're listening to this, you are a powerful woman or a powerful person, right? People can try to wear your shoes, they could try to put on your shoes, but like Cinderella, it is custom fit. Your destiny, your person, your identity, it is custom fit. And no one, no matter how much you trigger them, no matter how much you irk their spirit, you irk their demons, they can't fit, they cannot take what's yours, especially if you're alert, and especially if you're guarding your destiny, you're guarding your personhood. So yeah, they can keep dreaming, and your light shines regardless, and that's why they're mad. Your light shines whether people like you or not. Your light shines whether you're at the front of the class or the back of the class. And I've literally had this like ongoing joke with some like people close to me, right? And I was talking about how I've learned, and if you can relate, comment down below, that no matter how much I try to hide or dim myself, somehow the spotlight always finds me. Somehow I end up in the front. Like, I've literally experimented in real life where I'll literally go to a function and I'll be at the back, and somehow the attention still finds me. Somehow I'm still called to the front. You just gotta take it and remember that your light illuminates things. So your light is going to illuminate, it's going to expose people's darkness, people's demons, people's weirdness. And that's why you're powerful, and that's why powerful women, powerful people inspire such vindictive and passive aggression. But yeah, you're the blueprint, you're the power, you're the muse, you're the art. Never forget it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I woke up like this, we flawless. Ladies, tell them I woke up like this. I woke up like this, we flawless. Ladies,